Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting Arkham Horror List video here at PBG. We're playing board games. We play board games every day of the week, especially Arkham Horror. We play Arkham Horror 3 days a week, 5 days a week, 7 days a week. We never stop playing Arkham Horror. And today, we have 12 Guardian cards that have exceeded our expectations as we've played this game.
Then we have to come up with a new list series. Disaster.
Yeah, this one has been tiding us over for... I actually have two fun ones coming up. One is... most powerful, we each get a vote on our most powerful investigator from each cycle and most favorite investigator from each cycle.
Okay.
I think that one's going to be a good one. And then we can also do worst investigator from each cycle and just like, Lola.
I pick all of Bryn's favorites. Except for Lola.
But Bryn loves Mandy Thompson.
What about Will Yorick?
I think Will Yorick is worse than Lola.
Yeah, I also think he's worse than Lola. This is a discussion
He's
for
like pretty goated though.
I don't know, Bryn. You have to jump through. You don't get anything back unless you kill an enemy, and how often are you doing that in this
Every
game?
turn.
Alright, let's dive in. Bryn, you have the first one. You pointed to this. First aid, level 3.
I just wanted to see if Travis would agree to put it on the list, honestly.
You did say yeah, but it might have been sarcastic, and I just went with it.
Though admittedly, like...
I think this card's okay.
Yeah, the level 0 one left me with expectations of, like, binder fodder for an upgraded one, which this one is not. It is decidedly not that.
Yeah, so this one, it uses 4 supplies. If it has no supplies, discard it. Great with Yorick.
Except he can't play it. Yeah, it's level 3, I know, right?
But Lola can. So as an action, you can spend one supply, heal and damage in one horror from an investigator ally asset in your location. Yeah, I mean, this one was an example of us when we were talking about in our how to win healing, that this one's not bad healing. This one's actually...
Yeah, it's not a great card by any stretch, but there's definitely a lot of neat things you can do with it. Mostly healing like beat cops and agency backups.
Yeah.
Greta Wagner.
Yeah. Yeah. Even actually the one that was just
new,
spoiled, the field agent, it seems good there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, play this in Carson and be like, check it out, guys, I'm helping.
I'm helping! I spend one action to get a clue, and I have to heal this in the process. And they're like...
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Man, it's so fun to have new cards to talk about as examples. Oh my god. But yeah, no, cards better than we expected, which is exactly what this list video is.
Yeah, this card is, like, I mean, it's also a guts.
Yep.
And, like, if you're playing Mark Harrigan, you're just, like, you know, laughing your way to the bank.
Yeah.
Because, cards.
Yeah, this was one of the ones that, like, it's not a super good card that exceeded their expectations in that way. It's that the bar was so incredibly low.
Oh, yeah.
I think we had guidance last week, so that would do it. I mean, also, like, with what we've seen of Vincent Lee, and also slight minor not spoilers, one of the cards that's going to be playable in Vincent Lee that's on our spoiler list, it does seem actually kind of fun there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, next one here we got is Well Maintained. This is a 0 cost 1 experience event, commits for a foot. It's an upgrade. Fast play only during your turn, attached to an item mass you control, limit 1 per asset. After attached asset is discarded, return it to its owner's hand along with each other upgrade attachment that was attached to it. Bryn, you pointed out this one again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bryn.
So this card is mostly good in concert with a certain red card that allows you to discard one of your assets that requires hand slots. However, even if, like, you can't play that one, there are still some other ways to get rid of a weapon that is in your hand slots. And a lot of upgrade assets that are kind of neat if you get to put them back into your hand. This is another card that I was just like, yeah, this is probably, like, kind of trash. I'm gonna make Travis play it one time. And then we did, and it was kind of like,
it was
kind of good.
It was like, wow.
Yeah. Just sitting there like, how many times did you play those grenades? How many times did you play that same lightsaber?
Yeah.
This is sick.
Yeah, no, it definitely,
Yeah.
This card doesn't actually only attach to items, to weapons either, attached to any item. So you could, like, put it on, like, the Doom book in Diana, and then, like, sacrifice it for cards and get it back.
Good. Yeah.
You could put it on your old key ring.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't, but, like, you could.
You could, yeah. I'm sure there's other things, too.
It's also really neat when you start playing other upgrades, like there is custom ammunition is an upgrade. So you can play that, get extra bullets on your gun, and then recycle your gun and get the custom ammunition back too.
You can, like, well maintain your sour mash in Tony.
Yeah. Well, like, I'm just, it's not in here because it's in my Daniela deck that we're playing, but Jury Rig's an upgrade, right?
Yeah, Jury Rig is an upgrade.
That also doesn't seem that bad.
A
Daniela
card
can
that
actually
we have either
not do
spoiled
that.
recently or will be spoiled soon, depending on how YouTube time works.
The one we talked about today?
Yeah, like is also an upgrade.
Yep.
That is on Sunday! So we haven't spoiled it yet, but on Sunday, the card we're spoiling on
Yeah.
Sunday will work with this.
It's
Yeah.
it works with this.
Yeah.
Is it good? Who knows, man? Who knows?
Could
Could
be. Could be with one of the things on it, yeah.
Might be.
Yeah, no, and I think this card's kind of just like as the game gets more and more things, we look at these things and it's like, hey, this works with that. That's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
No, this card is just like it's a lot better than it seems on the surface.
You can put it on improvised shield, so it goes back into your hands, so you have another cornered use out of it before you play it again. No, I think the replacement effect is that it goes into your discard pile anyway, so never mind that. Before someone on
Yeah.
YouTube is like,
Yeah,
actually,
I think there's also a difference between discarded and defeated.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Who
don't
knows?
quote me.
Yeah,
on
who
it.
knows? Yeah. All right, what do we got next? Whoa, went with the well-maintained. So we have the the Mark 1 grenades, 3 cost, 4 experience. Item weapon range, uses 3 supplies. If it has no supplies, discard it. Hey, look at that, built in with well-maintained. Spend a supply, you get a fight, and you basically just like Storm of Spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you always hit the investigators.
Yeah, that aren't you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
you
right.
threw the grenade, but everybody else doesn't.
And you don't warn them.
Not in time.
Just silently.
Yeah.
Look out!
Well, you don't want to warn. You don't want to warn the
Yeah,
enemies.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Yeah, the ghoul's gonna be like, thank
No.
you.
A huge part of this card's strength that I didn't even think about when I first saw it is that it doesn't take up any of your slots.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great off weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, like maybe you need to kill, I don't know, maybe 13 cats from Saturn all at once.
And one grenade does it
Yeah,
because they think
just-
it's a
yeah,
toy. They're like,
yeah.
oh,
Oh.
catnip.
Yeah, I need that.
Or like a million Zoogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only good Zoog
Yeah, it's a dead
is
Zeus.
a dead Zoog.
Yeah, no, and this actually is people who have been watching our channel for a long time probably know by now that. But if you don't, this was what the well-maintained was attached to that made us all
Yeah,
go.
most of
One
the
of
time.
the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like this and like the Enchanted Blade,
Yeah.
the blue Enchanted Blade. Although it would have worked if it were the purple one too. Just a very weird
I got an image
investigator who can play all of them,
Yeah.
like Lola.
top tier.
Yeah.
I got that. You know that one meme of the two guys going like, oh, as they're pointing at something. I just in my head at us like pointing at the car like well maintained on the grenades and the lightsaber. We were like, oh. All right, next one we got here is Tatsuo Amore. It's a 3-cost asset. If you don't know what this guy does, you should definitely check him out. He soaks for 2 and 2, and other players can assign their damage and horror to him. And when he's defeated, an investigated location gets to search either their discard pile, their top 9 cards for an item asset, and adds it to their hand. Travis.
Yeah, I thought this guy was going to be good when he came out. Kind of. I was like, he's just like a slower prepared for the worst. Doesn't feel quite the same role as prepared for the worst because he has to die.
Yeah.
But he's like a nice alternative to it. But he's so good, man.
Yeah.
He, all the things that he does, he does so many little things, like taking damage for your teammates, pulling items out of discard, pulling items out of your teammates' decks.
Yeah.
He makes it into a lot of my blue decks these days.
Yeah, and I think too, just like these small things that add up into big things, because there's a lot of times where we were playing and it's like I'm taking 2 damage, and then like Travis is like, nah, Tetsuo, find something, right? Like it's just like he's so easy to kill, right?
He also does a good job being insurance for if you're you don't want to engage an enemy before you attack it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh no, I shot Tetsuo. Give me a thing.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah.
Or maybe somebody's at a location that they shouldn't be because there's about to be grenades there.
Tetsuo's like,
Tetsuo's like, no!
he jumps on the grenade.
Let me help you. That's good. All right, next one we got here is whoa, guys.
He's not the same guy.
Nobody
They're
turns.
just both police people.
But it's like he turns. Whoa. All right, leadership. 2 experience skill. It's wild. It's practiced. And while it's committed to a skill test being performed by another investigator, it gets brain wild. If the test is successful, gain 2 resources. If it's committed to a skill test being performed by another investigator, that investigator also gains 2 resources. Travis, this is another one from you.
Yeah, this card, the level 0 version is pretty hot trash. And I don't like playing the level 0 version, but I play this one a lot. I also assumed it was trash, or not very good, because the level 0 one was, and I didn't take the time to play it. But then one day I noticed it was practiced. And I played
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Yeah. And then you play practice, because you can play practice makes perfect on any skill test at your location.
Yeah, the card needed that boost, otherwise it was just awful.
Yeah, it was like not great. Yeah, you play it and you find your leadership for someone else and get plus through their brain test. You each get 2 resources, something that Guardians love to see. And
yeah.
Like, even without the practice makes perfect stuff, it's like just a good skill, man. It's either 3 brains or unexpected courage for one of your teammates.
Yep.
And you just...
Yeah, like, it's so good, because, say you're fishing for, like, a...
It's also, like, clean them out for you, kind of.
Yeah. And, like, someone's, like, fishing for an attack, and you're like, I'll find my Vicious Blow or my leadership. Because I probably... Like, you're, like, Mark Harrigan. And then you're like, here's take this leadership, get some resources, and it's, like, it's great. It's just a good card.
Yeah, I think the level 0 one is actually fine. Just a little bit more niche.
It's not like I play as a placeholder for this one, but I would never play level 0 one on its own. I don't think.
I would definitely play the level 0 one on its own if I were playing Dunwich.
Or Carson?
Man, I mean, if I were playing Carson, it doesn't matter what my cards look like.
Where's the Guardian binder?
We all know that
oh, there it is.
You're just there to make other people do things.
To be honest, I don't even... leadership 0 is like... It's left
the same thing, but without
without the thing, yeah.
The resources.
Yeah, that's going to be played
solid
in
if you're
Carson.
playing it, trying to keep maybe like a green teammate alive or...
Yeah, Frozen in
like
Fears
that.
too.
Why would I do that? They chose
Black
to play
people's
rogue.
Frozen in Fears.
They did choose.
Because it's better to play the game with a functional teammate than a dead one.
Debatable.
Well, remember that next time Travis says, "Help me! There's a ghoul."
This bowl deep one.
I mean, it is.
Tell the fish man.
There's a fish man. The new rogue investigator. They have 3 brain. It's wild.
That's
Unheard
not
of.
right.
Yeah, it's not right. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
It's just so they can play suggestion. That's all. Yeah.
There's a disturbance in the force.
Outsider. All right, we have Empty Vessel joined by Wish Eater as it comes to the other side. So this is a 1 cost, 4 experience. Limit 1 per deck, uses 0 charges. After defeat an enemy, place 1 charge on Empty Vessel. If there are 3 charges on it, swap it with the other one, which is when you reveal a symbol token that's not the Elder Sign or the Autofail or Frost tokens or Blessed or Curse tokens. You spend a charge, cancel that Chaos token, heal 1 damage, 1 horror, and if it has no charges, it swaps back.
Man, is it wrong that I just want to play this card with 21 or bust now? That's not skill test. Fuck.
Nice try.
Still
That would be sick,
That
though.
would be, but nice try.
I'm just gonna do it with people who don't know the rules. It'll be fun.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, I think when this card came out, we thought that it was like gated a little bit by the limit of 1 copy per deck.
Yeah.
Which at the end of the day is not an issue with Tetsuo and Backpack available to you.
Yeah.
And also, like, it felt kind of... I think we thought it was, like, a little bit slow to get charges on it. But it turns out it's not that slow, and when it flips, it's insane.
Yeah.
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 Wish Eater is ridiculous. You get to cancel the token. So you just pass your test and you get to heal, like...
Yeah. On our recent Blob multiplayer patron game day, someone played this in Akachi, and it was very impressive. Just because it comes in with 1 charge, and then it's just like even easier to get going. And then you're like, you're a mystic, so you're resolving these tokens a lot because of the curse of fate and fortune. You just always draw them when you play your shriveling, and then it's just like it empties, and then it comes back with 1 charge. And I'm excited to play. I want to play it in an Akachi deck coming up. But even just without that, even without the bonus of like 1 less charge you need, a lot of enemies are there. You play this in Dream Eaters, you're going to fill it up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the Zoogs in the saw.
Yeah. Drink the Zoog life energy. Yeah. Next one we got here is Enchanted Armor. This is a 1 cost, 2 experience asset. Commits for a brain and a foot. It's a ritual and armor. It soaks for star and star. Takes up the body and arcane slot. You play it under the control of any investigator location. Force, after damage under horror is placed on Enchanted Armor. The owner of Enchanted Armor tests Brain X, where X is the total amount of damage under horror on it. If the test fails, discard it and assign the damage under horror placed on it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Bryn.
I thought this card was just going to be a meme card.
It kind
And
of
it, like, it
but
sort of is, but, like, the meme is good.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
very functional meme, yeah.
Yeah, like, playing this in a... I upgraded to this in a Yorick deck that I was playing through the campaign this one was released in. Which was firstly a stupid idea because I then proceeded to bend my deck out of shape trying to make this card work. Which it did. Kind of just, like, I got to soak everybody's damage no matter where they were, and anytime that, you know, like, you just kill a guy and there's more Enchanted Armor, it's all good. But more recently than that, I built a deck around this card, and it was routinely soaking like 9 or 12 damage. The only downside was I didn't actually do anything, but that's a problem for future Bryn.
Yeah.
Next time he tries.
And I mean, like, it was really impressive to see you just, like, pass, like, Brain 9 tests.
It's just like, no problem, it's good, we got it.
Yeah, and it feels great. Like when you play it on Travis, I know I never get it, but that's okay. I get to vicariously feel it through
If
Travis.
you played Seekers, you would get
It's true.
that comfort.
You would get
from the group.
protection. Yeah. No, I'm too busy like
Yeah.
handling it on my own.
Yeah, you don't want to get the clues, so I get the clues, and you guys keep me alive to get the clues. It's
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't want to run Brain like number V Shroud.
yes.
That's
So,
boring.
someone
That was a
actually
great
pointed
time
out.
with my
Someone actually
Papa.
pointed out that I haven't played a flex or like a clue getter in one of our things for a while.
yeah.
Yeah, I should do it again. I mean, I just did it in Monterey Jack. What are you talking about? I mean, I haven't played a flex in a long time. I'm usually focused. So I guess I got to flex again soon. It used to be my favorite, and then I grew up. Yeah, card's sick, though. Card's awesome. All right. Sweeping Kick! I love this card! This is a 1-cost, 1-experience event. Commits a fist and a foot. It's a spirit, a tactic, and a trick. You get a fight, add your foot to your skill value for this attack. This attack deals +1 damage. If you succeed, automatically evade the attacked enemy. I love kill spells. And any just event that deals damage is like now my new favorite card type. And this one also basically just has a stunning blow attached to it, which I also love. And it also basically also has like a vicious blow attached to it. And like it also like adds your foot to it. I'll play this in like any like pretty much any Guardian. Even Leo fucking Anderson, I would. I just like I love the card. I think it's really strong. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like the image of Nathaniel Cho giving somebody a sweeping kick and then being like, "That's against the rules." Well,
Yeah, and then he's like, then he's like 1-2 punched all the time.
Yeah, this card does tick a lot of boxes with being a spirit and a tactic and a trick for all the investigators who want to play it. So initially when it came out, I think we kind of brushed it off a little bit. We were like, yeah, this is a card for Lily. And maybe like,
Yeah.
especially since she's in the art,
Yeah,
like,
it's
maybe
like-
we mentioned like Skids too.
We probably also
but-
said Rita. We had to definitely have said Rita too. We had to. Or Bryn would have been like, it's a trick, and then he would have given us the look, and we would have been like, who? And it's like Rita, and then we're like, oh yeah, her. We forgot about her.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to do.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's very functional and like
Very flexible too.
yeah. I'm gonna play it in Mark Harrigan, and he's gonna just like this rough tough dude just gonna be like, ha! And just like sweeping kick the person. I sweeping kicked a motorcycle today. It was great.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah. It's a great card. All right. Medical Student. This is from Edge of the Earth. 2-cost asset. Commits for a brain. Soaks for 1 and 1. It's an ally. Miskatonic and science! After it enters play, heal 1 damage and 1 horror from an investigator or ally asset at your location.
Yeah, so back when we were first looking at these Edge of the Earth cards, like, we saw this and we're like, oh yeah, it's probably gonna be like a way to heal your helpful or your partners, and like it's a way to get rid of the weaknesses. But this card's like, it does a lot more than that. It's just always like kind of good. It effectively soaks 2 and 2. It does it does a bunch of like, it's another example of one of those cards that does like a bunch of like little niche uses that kind of combine, and it's just always useful.
Yeah.
It always does something that you kind of want it to. You can heal allies, which is huge for a lot of those Guardian allies.
Yeah.
You can heal investigators, which like obviously keeps them from dying, but also gets rid of the Edge of the Earth weaknesses.
Yep.
And then you can. It's only got 1/1. You just throw it away whenever something deals 1/1 to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then it's also like obviously there's a lot of allies that just have good passive effects, but when you get allies that like are really good with things like calling in favors, it also is good because it opens up new deck types. Like I could definitely see like a carnival rotating wheel of trying to get like different allies out, a deck coming to like to that life pretty soon. And then also what I like about it too is that it's a very good card that came out very recently, and it's also just the design is so like simple and elegant, right? Like that's what's really nice.
Yeah.
I think this one's just here because Travis wanted a yellow card on the list.
I mean, in all fairness, you did push Quick Draw Holster really hard.
That card's sick. You played in your custom record deck?
It's about as good as I thought it was going to be, man.
Derringers, it's sweet.
One day Brent's going to play it, and he's going to potentially prove us wrong, or it's going to just work as we expect.
One day I'm just going to show up to play a campaign, and I'm going to have printed out some Stormtrooper guys.
Yeah. I know, we should. That'd be fun.
But like without telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, you just pull yours out.
Just like show up like this is Wrecker. You're gonna beat guys to death with small guns.
My favorite thing is when
sweet.
we first talked about this card, and then Bruno's like, I'm gonna play this, put my guns on, and then I'm gonna get Dendromorphosis and turn into a tree, and then Travis is just gonna be like, yeah. We got Brand of Cathaga. This is a fork experience 2-cost asset. It's a spell, takes up a spell slot. It's a Mystic and a Guardian card. Uses 9 charges. Fight. This attack may use Brain instead of Fist. You get +2 skill value. If it succeeds, spend 1, 2, or 3 charges instead of its standard damage. It deals 1 damage for each charge spent. If you succeed by 0, lose 2 actions. Bryn.
Don't succeed by 0.
Yeah, just don't. Just pass by 1 or higher.
Pass by more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It turns out being able to do damage with things that don't require hand slots, particularly in blue, is a very valuable thing. As a purple card, this card is like about as mediocre as it might seem. But as a blue card, this card's insane.
Yeah, it's like you said that like now, like instead of like having to upgrade into a bandolier and stuff like that, you can just get this.
By this, or even just the level 1 version to help you clear out smaller enemies.
Yeah.
That maybe you don't want to spend, I don't know, flamethrower or juice or whatever the lightning gun uses.
I love this card in the dream of Dexter when you get an Elder Sign and you can pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this card's pretty sweet. And then Mystics, just because of how easy it is to get the upgrade on.
Yeah.
If you're playing down the rabbit hole in both arcane researches, it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it costs you 2 to put the level 1 version in your deck.
Yeah,
So
I guess.
Not if you do in the thick of it, because that actually, that one, because the
Or if you're playing Father Mateo.
Or if you're playing Father Mateo, let's go Blessed Wheel.
Father Mateo with your
you're in the thick of it. Put 2 of these into your deck at the start of the game.
That would be so fucking wild. That would be great. What do? Everything.
Like Father Mateo, just show up with your versatile and your other permanent, your other level 0 permanents, like purchase the deck creation.
Maybe I should play Father Mateo and like just start with True Magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It costs 5.
It costs 5.
I have no way to find it.
No way to find it, but at the same time, like, cause that's just really good because then like your spells, you just like you don't run out. And actually, that's the point I was gonna say about this one. What makes like just the simple thing with this one where you just don't spend the charges unless you succeed is like ginormous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a sick card. We talked about it before, and we'll talk about it again one day. I love the art too. Just the fucking flame sword. Blah. Take that.
Yeah.
We have one more card today. Stand Together. It's a 0-cost event. Choose another investigator location. Both you and that investigator gain 2 resources. So I was going to say, like, anyone that can run a Guardian, I can play this. However, I'm not playing it in the Will Yorick deck just because it was in the Daniela deck, and I was like, I'll go back to Emergency Cache for this deck. But at this point now, and when I play Arkham, I don't run Emergency Cache anymore if I can run Stand Together. Because I will gladly get 1 less resource in exchange for giving one of you 2 resources. It's like, it's just such a good like table growth card.
It is.
Yeah.
I usually play both of them, but Stand Together does make it into like pretty well every deck that can play it.
Mm-hmm.
Commits for half a guts.
Yeah, it commits for half
You
guts.
can put it in to the jellyfish egg and get it back out, unlike emergency cash.
Yeah, yeah. Jellyfish egg, for people who don't know, is the crystallizer of dreams, but better known as jellyfish egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the card's great. Card's really good. I thought it was fine, and then I played with it, and now, like, I always will play with it. Card's good.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, that is it. We give a picture contribution from Ancient Zoog. Ever Vigilant! Card is good. I remember there was a time when we stopped playing, because we played Stick to the Plan Ever Vigilant a lot early on, and we're like, this is great. Then we stopped for a while, and then people started getting mad at us because we didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it is kind of like, you do it, and you're like, this is good, but let's change things up a bit. Yeah.
Also kind of awkward how much we ripped on the Zoogies this episode.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
No, I maintain my stance.
I'm not saying we're wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Can't trust. Wait, that's no human. That's an ancient Zoog. Huge thanks everybody for watching. Have a great one. So yeah, next week our list video is going to be who we think are the strongest investigators from each cycle. So look forward to that. But in the meantime, have a great one. Yeah, Lola Hayes. Except for every cycle, except for... We just put Lola for every cycle. Do you think people would love that or hate that?
I would hate that.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!